All right, let's get started. I've got some things that I'm excited for to present to you. So right now, the real construction projects in the Puget Sound with open bid windows that only have a limited amount of people that once this build is closed. This is a reality for contractors. If you ever had need that opportunity, this is a good place to take a look, and I'll let you know. But before jumping in, I wanted to just kind of give you a brief overview of what we're going to be going over today. First, we'll look at what's really not working for contractors when it comes to finding jobs. Second, I'll show you Buildsuite and how the project pipeline actually works. Third, I'll run through the proposal generator live, and so you can see the scope of work and creating a proposal in real time. So if anyone has any real estimates that they would actually like to see work and run, I'll ask you later if there's anyone that has one that they want to do right now. Fourth, we'll go over how the bid limits work and how you access the tiers work. And then at the end, I'll walk you through the details and see if you're interested in getting started. All right. So real quick about me, my name is Chris, and I'm a licensed general contractor in the Puget Sound. I've been in this industry for about 28 years here in Bellevue. I've dealt with the same things that most of you are probably dealing with, chasing leads, writing proposals, dealing with, the ups and downs of everything coming in and out. I don't. I built this, from the inside. This is not from an outside, so I know how contractors think and what contractors need. So it's actually of what's the better way of handling all of that. I also run Alliance for Contractors, which is a focused on helping contractors build better systems around their businesses. So not just build suite, but we also have a whole back end to help contractors just putting their systems together in the back end. So let me describe a quick pattern a lot of you might recognize. Um, you land a big project, you get slammed, things are going great, you got the money coming in, and you don't know you have time to look for the next job, and you get knee deep into that one. But then that project starts to wrap up, and then you're suddenly back on Craigslist or Home Advisor or sending messages on Facebook groups and asking some of your old clients, "Hey, do you know anybody that needs work?" That kind of thing. So it's kind of a feast and famine treadmill, that never stops. It's a continuous cycle that, sometimes contractors get into. Um, and while you're running that treadmill, writing proposals and chasing leads and managing the back and forth, you realize that that job is starting to slip. And so because your attention is split between where you're finding your new job and then your jobs that you're actually continuing and run, so you don't want that to slip. So does anybody you know what I'm talking about, the the project starts to run because you're worried about the next, coming and getting the next project? Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that happens a lot. So it's just a vicious cycle. So what I was wanting to create was to have this area to where you could get out of that cycle and always repeat, and find the new projects that you could go after right there in one location. So that is the contractor reality. I want you to understand that this cycle isn't because you're not good enough at your trade. It's just the infrastructure that most contractors are using right now is not built for contractors. It's built for extracting money from contractors. So I was tired of the rat race. I was tired of dealing with the lead services. So that's the other thing. If anybody's done, the lead services, dealing with Home Advisor, Angie, I've tried them all. You pay a monthly fee, or sometimes per lead, or per click even, and you get sent the work. People in your area, and on paper it sounds good, but in reality that lead often turns cold, already taken, or just people are not serious about it. a lot of times the same lead gets sent to multiple contractors. So whoever, there's multiple people chasing the same lead, and it depends on who actually gets through to that person, or the timing on how it gets. Then you got to set up their proposal, and you got to set up the time to go out there and look at it. Then you got to get them the proposal. So what we're doing here is a different. It's not You're not paying per lead. You're not competing against recycled contacts. You're actually seeing real project opportunities and deciding which ones you want to go after. So I'll show you exactly how that works in a little bit, in a few seconds. But the second issue I want to kind of cover is, um, even when it's a good lead, the proposal usually takes a lot of time. Think about it. When you go to figure out the scope of work, you write everything down. You create the estimate, the materials, the labor, and make it look professional. That takes a lot of time. Usually, on my proposals that I used to do, it would take about 2 to 4 hours. So if I didn't get to it right away, I would either do it later at night, or the following days, just whenever I got to it. And sometimes I wouldn't even actually send the proposal, because I felt like, oh, 3 or 4 days already went by. I'm not going to be able to land this job because somebody's probably already got to it. So you end up spending a lot of time on the proposals every week, with only a proportion of them actually closing. Um, so let me ask you one thing. Just take a think about it for a second. Like, how many tools are you using right now to run your business? How many tools do you using for, like, invoicing, estimates, scheduling, leads, taking notes? Most guys I talk to are used to use a mix of different types of apps, spreadsheets, texts, even sticky notes. Anybody got any, like, how many tools you guys are using to do that? 4, 5, 3 to 5. Yeah. No, it takes a lot, especially when you're doing that. Um, so basically, that's pretty normal. People using different number of tools, but the problem is none of these actually talk together. Everything's kind of scattered. You've got, your Excel spreadsheet, you've got your invoicing, you've got your Adobe, you've got your EchoSign, you've got sending out the, QuickBooks. So you're creating your ads, everything is not organized in one place. So what we're trying to do is simplify and bring everything into one place. So you're not jumping in between the tools. So that's really, the idea that we're trying to accomplish here. So to simplify it, a lot of contractors are dealing with three main things. One, they're inconsistent work, no real systems, finding steady work, steady jobs and local jobs. Two, the proposals are taking way too much time and not converting. And three, your systems are scattered, and so you're losing a lot of time, because they're spread out in different tools, and they're not working and talking together. So the what I would want to do is, on our own, each of these are manageable. But if you keep them separated, that they really do start to slow people down, when you don't realize it even. So we're trying to solve these directly, not patch them together, but actually fix the way that they're handled. So I'll show you how that looks. This is Buildsuite. Buildsuite is a contractor opportunity network that is a AI proposal engine. It's the opportunity where you have leads there, and it's a business CRM all in one platform, built especially for trade contractors in local markets. So the three things of this system is job pipeline, AI proposals, and full CRMs. Um, but that sentence alone, it doesn't really do it justice. So let me break it down before I show you the platform. So the first pillar is unpredictable work. On Build Suite, there are going to be real projects with real clients in your local area. You can search them by trade, you can search them by service area and availability, and you see what's available for you to access. These aren't typical recycled leads. They're not the national job boards. These are actually client generated projects requests specifically from our area, Puget Sound, and from our advertising, local sources, and our organic client signups because we have two sides of our build suite, the client side and the contractor side, which I'll show you in a little bit. The second one is our AI generation proposal area. You can find the projects that you can bid on. You can create any projects that you have and create the scope of work and the proposal for that project. I asked somebody later what if anybody had a project that we could do live for that. Would be great to show somebody. Um, and then the third one is the business CRM. You have all of that in one place. Um, and it all talks and it works together. You create the scope of work, create the proposal, send it out, get it e-signed, send the invoice, track all the communication from with the client, track your tools, track your inventory, track the project, your follow-ups, your change work orders. I mean, everything. It's all on this system that I'm going to be showing you here in a second. Um, so with running, the business, let's pause for a second because this is actually the important part because every part of every project only is allowed 5 people to bid on those projects. And from the client side, it makes it simpler because they don't have to deal with all these different people sending them different proposals at different times. So, as a contractor, this kind of explains the tier access. Um, so the higher tier people get the access first to be able to bid on the projects. So the contractors get the ones that secure these spots are 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 the first ones that can actually create the proposals and send those proposals to these actual jobs. Um, so let me give you a quick example in our projects. So picture this: if a roofing job comes in Bellevue, it's a full replacement, solid job, a real client. At the start, the higher tier members get to see it first. Then they'll review it and they can start putting their proposals together, pretty quickly. So naturally, then it goes to couple spots get filled up, and then it moves to the next tiers, which is our core tier. That usually gets it in about 45 minutes or so after the project was posted. So then it goes down, and then if a couple spots get filled from our core contractors, then it will go to our starter contractors. And um, by this time, the lowest tier that sees it might only have one or possibly no spots available. So the window closes after the five people actually click on the project that want to bid on it. So depending on when you want to see it and the project, your position is kind of crucial in that. So it's the same job, same client, just a different level of access that you're getting the timing to. So this is important because behind the tiers, it affects how early you can access the opportunities to that job. So, um, so I'll take a minute and explain why I built this. Because I've been a general contractor, like I said, for 28 years, and working in this area, I've lost a lot of jobs that I should have gotten. Not because I wasn't qualified, but because I was late with my proposal. My proposal wasn't, polished enough, or I didn't even know that the job existed. The last one is probably the one that probably hurts the most because I don't, you can't get the job if you don't know about the job. Um, I've also gone through a lot of mix of tools. I've done Angie, Home Advisor, what's that other one from Lead Thumbtack, and that's it. But yeah, I've done, I had many CRMs. I've spent hours writing up documents and proposals and trying to piece everything together. But so this comes out of experience, not just wanting I wanted a better way to handle it. So with everything in here that's built around is actually helps contractors find work, respond faster, and stay organized. So, all right, if you guys are ready, is everybody ready? No more slides, no more. Let's take a look at this. I want to actually go through it and show you guys. So I want to share my screen here. Let me pull this down and actually pop this up. So this is our CRM that you will have that will have all of. I'll just cover this real briefly before we get into Build Suite if I get a second. So you'll be able to have all of your conversations that you have with the clients. You'll be able to have your calendars, your contacts. You'll be able to pull up every contact. You'll be able to find your opportunities, your invoicing, and documents and stuff that you'll have in here. And you also have, where you can fix your website and things like that. But the most important one is right down here, which is our Build Suite, which I've got open here too. So it's connecting. It connects through your CRM. Um, and this is the client side. So I'll show you the client side real quick. This is the client has 3 projects per month that they could post on it, and it shows that there's only 5 contractors that can bid on their projects, so they know that ahead of time. They will be able to see the contractors and who they are, and what they do, and that they're insured, that they're AFC warranted, what that they if they're a general contractor, the years of experience, what their average job is, and if they want to go in any further, they can click their profile and view it from there. They can also chat with their contractors. They can post more projects and they can upload documents for their projects so they can access you can access it right from their profile. So I'm going to go in here to our other one and access it from the contractor side. So that was the visual side of the uh, for the clients. So this is the contractor side. This is our dashboard. We have, you know, projects, proposals. You could chat with our LLM Cairo, which will start growing and knowing your business by itself. That you can chat with that, and you can continue the conversations and find out about materials, local things, stuff like that. We can go deeper into each one of these in different webinars, different trainings and stuff. But for now, I wanted to kind of go over our project feeds. And so these are real projects right here that have been posted. These are new. These have already been matched. That was another thing that I haven't covered is you need to understand that this is a smart system. So when a lead comes in, it gets matched to whatever contractors. So if you look at the contractor's profile, you can actually see that they were are this is our test one here, but their name, address, how long they've been in business, their services that they offer, what their timeline is, and based off of our bid classification, it will actually put all of your license number, your statistics, your things that your specific trade and how it's matched to that. So like if you're a deck builder or if you're a general contractor or if you're a tile guy or if you're a fence contractor or a concrete guy, it will base off of that. It will match that person to those. If you're a plumbing or a painter or a flooring guy or electrician or something, it will match you to that project alone. If that project comes in for that. So going down here, I'll kind of look at a couple of these and we'll kind of see what we've got going on this. So this one right here, let me click on this one. This is This is an addition for a bedroom on a second floor that's going to be required. So what you would do is you could come in here, see these different ones. You could actually, I'm going to click on this real quick, but this is the actual job that it will show the contact informations and what it is, so you can contact them, maybe set up an appointment, maybe call them, talk to them about what the project is, if the scope of or if their description of their job is not good enough, because this one wasn't, because it just says what their address and things like that was. Um, then you could create a scope of work from here, or you can create a proposal based off of if you think it's good enough here. What I would like to do is show you, does anybody have right now like a project that they want to actually see how the scope of work, or the proposal, that what it's going to look like? Does anybody have that? Does anybody want to have one that they have right now that they want a proposal on? If not, we'll move on. But I'll get back to that one in a second if people are still looking. But this is your projects that you're already kind of estimating on, and what's actually active in your projects. This is your proposals that you have either sent out, or that you've submitted. So you will track all of the proposals that you're in here. You can see what your live proposals, my proposals in this area. But if you wanted to create a proposal, or a project that you have existing, you could come in here and create it. So we could do it this way, if you already have a project, or we could even do it this way through our deals, to create a new deal. So we'll do it this way. And let's say, uh, let's do a let's do a kitchen. So this is the meat and potatoes that I wanted to show you guys, of what and how strong and powerful this is, because this would have saved me hours and hours and hours that I could have spent with my family or doing other things, to be able to actually just go in here and do it that as quick as we want. I don't know what the time is on this one here. It's for yeah, 6:23. So we'll actually see, unless somebody has some. So let's do a full gut for a kitchen remodel. So we'll come in here. It will actually ask you, what your scope of work we put in here, so we can, instead of texting and or typing it out, put this in here. I'll allow this. I want to do a full kitchen remodel. I want to replace all the cabinets, all the countertops, the sinks, the faucets. I want to replace all the appliances, install new cabinets, new countertops, backsplash, new cabinets. We'll pause, and then if you're thinking about something, because this is all meant to actually have it on your phone, in the driveway, waiting for a customer to come back out. This is all meant to actually be pretty much on the spot, or you could do it on your computer when you wanted to get back. I want to replace the kitchen flooring with new hardwood floor. I wanted to finish with a Swedish finish. Let's see what down here. Let's see anything else. Yeah, I want to replace all the lighting, put 8 can lighting, and I want to replace the plumbing and move the sink to an opposite wall and actually take out a wall. All right, so this is kind of a, crazy description of the project. You could probably get a little bit better with being there, looking at the project. If you still want to do that route, but you could probably just have a phone conversation and have them send you pictures. So if they send you pictures, or if you have pictures that you went out and took, you could upload them right here. So I have some, like, I'm gonna just do some kitchen. Uh, I'm gonna do this one, and let's do this one. So they upload in here, um, so you can kind of see what's going on. I'm gonna say it's here in Bellevue. The time frame is 2 to 6 weeks, and the budget is 150 to 100,000 for this the kitchen. What I am, and then this is my contact information. So I'm gonna start the intake questions on what this is going to ask me to do for the creating the scope of work and the proposal for this kitchen remodel. So a couple of this takes time. So what I'm going to do, why that is actually just running and uploading the pictures. Um, I'm gonna also drop some of the links in the chat here soon, but I'll keep it going with this. So, what part of the kitchen are we updating? Yeah, uh, we're updating the cabinets, countertops, backsplash, lighting, electrical, plumbing, yeah, appliances, flooring. Yeah, and then it still has the stuff from the previous. This is just to catch it up. Yeah, we're gonna be No, we're going to be changing the kitchen layout. We're going to move the sink to an opposite wall. We're going to demo out a wall and wide open the kitchen and make a island. If you guys aren't getting blown away right now, wait till you see what is happening. I'm telling you, this is going to change how you guys do business. It would have me, and I'm getting out of the construction and actually trying to help contractors. So, what is the age of the plumbing? I'm going to say uh, the house was built in 1920. No, we don't need this temporary setup. Because no, I'm gonna say that the people are moving out. Most of the projects that I did kitchens, they moved out for 6 weeks. Um, the capacity of the elect good question. Let's see. Um, yeah, let's just go 220. That's fine. Or 200 amp. I should have done. Shoot. Well. I'm going to replace the cabinets, the countertops, the backsplash. It's just basically confirming some of the stuff that we've actually said in there before. If so we can make sure that it's correct, and also you can actually let it to where we can make a recommendation in there as well. I'm going to actually drop some of these links while this is continuing for later. So I'm dropping some links in the chats for us for later so you can actually use those if you need. Um, but this is you don't get distracted. You stay focused here for a second. We're 5 minutes in. So, what specific plumbing and electrical changes do you anticipate? I've got to move the sink. I'm going to add outlets. I'm going to add a gas line for the new range. And then also, if there was, something that let contractor recommend if it's not, it's something that you actually still see here because we're moving the wall. Is there any HOAs, restrictions? No, there's no restrictions. It's not a historical district. This has gone through a lot of rigorous testing to make sure that we're trying to cover everybody's basis of what a project will be. Yes, I actually did notice that there was some flooring damage. Yes, there is going to be some load bearing. I don't know. Again, I'm all making this up. So if somebody had a project, we could do the same thing, and we'll go through and actually walk through. So it's actually creating the scope of work of actually the back end before it even creates the proposal. And it comes up with all your assumptions, all of your allowances, and stuff like that, and determine whether or not you need to get different permits. And then it rates it on a scale of how confident it feels based off of the questions. Because if you just go in there, I'm doing a kitchen remodel, I don't want to replace cabinets. It also assess the pictures that you put in and upload in here. So it kind of goes off that. And some of those pictures that were in there were some of the nice ones. So it's probably wondering like, okay, where are we opening the wall, that kind of stuff. Once you get into the scope of work, you can create and edit different ones in the areas that you need. if you don't see a specific thing like, hey, I want to do 12-foot wall, and I need to put a new beam and stuff like that before you actually create the proposal. So it will actually put that in the proposal. Um, so like that fast, it actually created the, so I'm going to collapse all of them so you can actually see all of the assumptions and all of the stuff. It analyzed the photos. It actually says what the completion criteria is, full kitchen operational appliances, punch list items, um, our change work order, assumptions. It says, the change work order is risk is low. So it's saying that, based off of the scope of work and when we create the proposal, the change work order that it's suggesting is probably pretty low. If it was high, it's probably asking you to probably verify some more options on here. Exclusions, like, hey, there's no temporary kitchen, no landscaping or exterior work, all of this stuff that it's saying, that hey, if we need to upgrade the HVAC, because I didn't say anything about moving vents or anything like that, didn't say anything about painting, so it left all of that stuff out. It also come up with a preliminary estimate. So if you wanted to just create the scope of work and send it to a client, like, hey, this is going to be your estimated budget. This is what it would be. That you can actually, streamline that even a little bit better by editing right here. And you could come in here and, say, no, I don't want to say that because it looks like it's too broad of a range, and you wanted to be maybe 74,000, and save that. So you can change everything in here, to more suit your needs up here. This is the scope of work, your pre-construction and project management, your demolition, your rough plumbing and electrical. I mean, of what we're putting in here. I mean, it obviously knows that in a kitchen that we're associating with a gas stove. If there's a specific one that it needs to be for a fireplace or something like that extravagant that's not in a normal kitchen, then we could add that in there if we want, right here. And then, it has the overall view. So, and if it's completely off, and if you want to regenerate it, you could hit regenerate. If you want to download it into a PDF and change it, or if you want to download it in a doc and change things and add things to an existing proposal template that you have that you want to create this alone right here, like if you just expanded them all and saw everything that what it's doing, backsplash, flooring, plumbing, electrical, drywall, and knowing what is in most kitchen remodels. That's what this would do. Then let's just go ahead and generate the proposal based off of this. It takes some of that stuff out, it generates it, and actually gives you a full price of what you should actually send to this person. This takes just a little bit, a few minutes to kind of run through it. But in the meantime, this is your whole area of what you would be doing when you're actually looking for your projects, looking for your, what your projects that you've already sent out, of how they're coming in, and they're working, the follow up and having the chat communication with the owner. And it's all tracked back to your CRM, where you could look in your conversations and see, what is being tracked in here, what is a person asking when they get back with you. So yeah, and that less of a time. So it's, yeah, it's you I've went in there and explained a little bit more, but under 10 minutes you just created a scope of work and a proposal. So if we wanted to view the proposal, um, this is what it would look like. Got your whole kitchen remodel, your executive summary, your project, your highlights, your scope of work that you have in there, and what needs to be done in there for the homeowner to read and go over. And granted, you could go through this and actually customize and make sure, but even having all of this information in here already to just be able to edit is priceless. Is it going to help you save hours on even your project, writing up your proposals, comes up with your materials, your timeline. It breaks down, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week, 6 week, and what it needs to be done so that the client can see that stuff. Comes up with your pricing of how it is, and so a lot of owners are asking for price breakdowns nowadays. So it breaks down all the prices. If you want that to be seen, that's fine. If you don't, you can actually take that out and it just send them the summary. Or you can change all this. Like I said, this is a generic one that we've created. People can customize it the way they want with our templates, coming up later. So this actually said that the subtotal, that what your estimated price should be $79,000, $750, and the price that in confidence that it's filling is very firm. So I don't know, creating a proposal on that, the payment schedule it has broke down, so basically you're getting basically 60% basically at the start of the demolition. You can go in there and change that however you feel comfortable. If you want to do 25, 25 or 10, or 50 or however you want to do it in yours. Again, everything is edible. It goes in here, it provides you warranty, what your change work order is, what your exclusions, if there's any permits that you'll be obtaining, what city it is in, that you've already, structured it for, and what your insurance. You could also on your profile, you can upload documents in here. Oh yeah, there it is. Your documents that you can have, like, so I know in Seattle you have to have the L&I form that you send out to them. So that would legally get you binding in case they happen to not pay you. You can lien their house, and also legal wise, you can make sure that you're protected, as well as that's the rule that you need to do by L&I is send that out. So basically, I've kind of went over all of this. Went kind of quickly. You could see that you could create proposals, estimates, scope of works, all in the matter of minutes. There's also, your project fees. So just to recap, that you can actually go in here, click on whatever this project is, see the view the project details, create the scope of work from here. You could even, so it actually start, it's putting it in here. It adds it in here, so you can kind of keep it going from here since I'm under a test one. So that is all being said. I think I'm going to go ahead and move forward with that. I'm sure if anybody has any questions. I dropped our founding contractors offer into the chat, and there's a link in here that if you actually click it, let me actually pull that back up. Yeah, yeah, I've lost it. Darn it. Yeah, there it is. So our founding, our founding contractors, link. If you get on here, this is, you can click any of these, and it explains, what are the whole services that I'm going to go over right now. So that's in the chat right now. Um, but go ahead and minimize that. So if that didn't blow you guys away, let me explain the four tiers one more time, the four plans. The first one is our intro plan. It's free. You can get in there, look around. There's only $1 verification per month just to make sure that you're active on the system. But the problem is you're not able to submit any proposals or something like that. It's basically for you to go in there and take a look and explore the platform. Our starter plan is 198, which is you can actually start using it. You access the project feeds, generate proposals, and submit bids. On the starter, you're limited, just like the clients were. They could limit three proposals per three projects per month. Our starter contractor can send out, I think, three projects a month, and then it steps up from there. This is pretty good for a person that's just getting started and wants to uh, put all their projects and services and their CRM all in one place. But keep in mind with the starter, you're seeing projects a bit later. You're not seeing them as early as the higher tiers, so it could be already gone because with the core plan, you're able to see it earlier than the starter, but still after the core and the pro and the custom. But this gives you the full proposal tools and the complete CRM all in one place. Uh, Most contractors who want really to use it, as a day-to-day, this is where they start and feel, it starts to feel complete. Then the Pro is at 998, and that's most teams are higher volume operations. And then we also have a master plan, a master tier. And so if you want to talk about that, I could talk about that separately, to make it more relevant to you. So for today, most people are trying to decide between starter and core. It just depends on where you see your fit, and how soon you want to see the project. But before we do anything else, just let me take a quick second to talk about what you're currently using. Um, like what tools are you paying for right now monthly that this could solve? Jobber, the estimating tools, any of the lead services, your docs, spreadsheets, your invoices, your Adobe. I mean, you still might want to keep some of these services, but this replaces all of these in one location, and they all talk together. Um, so what we're aiming to do is simplify, bring these pieces into like one place, and so to add it, you know, the parts that are usually missing, which is a steady flow of actual opportunities. So having the clients post their projects and new projects that come in. So you're not just creating it as using it as a scope of work and proposal, but you're actually having steady flow of opportunities that you can actually bid on. Um, so right now, wanted to just walk you through some of the bonuses because we are getting started, and wanted to be a founding contractor. So I'll go through these real quickly on some of the bonuses that you'll get today. That window we will be closing at the end of the March, because we're seeing a lot of activity on this already. So um, definitely, I'll go over this real quick with you. Um, so the bonus number one is our marketing audit. I did drop that in the link down below. It's the marketing audit report link. This just basically gives you an idea of where you're at, where your business is at right now, like things on Google, your profile, your reviews, and how somebody, when they look you up, what you look like. A lot of contractors don't realize how much this affects whether a client reaches out or not. And some so this just helps you see where you're at and what you might be missing, and what you could improve on. So it normally costs $500 that we're giving for free here. Bonus number two is if you don't have a website, or if you want to have an upgrade on a website, we have a website template that we can do. Gives you a clean professional site, basically basic pages set up already for you. Your services, your service area, your testimonials, um, uh, something like that. Oh, I just need to. Sorry. Somebody just showed up. But the main goal is when somebody looks you up, you have something solid that represents you. Um, so that's something that represents your business, because a lot of the times the first impressions online, does make a huge difference. Just exactly like your your proposal being the first one that shows up, and already professional price breakdown, everything that is, you want to basically have a good image online that when people do reach out to you. Okay, our third bonus that I'm going to throw in is our proposal template. So every single business is different. This is geared towards whether it's a general contractor or electrical or plumber or roofing. You saw like the generic proposals that we have there. So this is a structured professional proposal look that we can work together. So you can, we can add your logos and stuff like that into your CRM, so you could have it professional looking for your business. Our fourth bonus that we're given six bonuses today. So our fourth business is the free CRM setup. This is normally like $1,000 to set it up because we know that all contractors aren't sometimes tech savvy. So we help you set up your CRM so you have proper pipelines, your leads, your follow-ups, your reviews, your communications, your clients, your website if you need. A lot of these tools don't get used because they never really fully get set up right. So that's why I'm offering this because uh, if you're going to use this system, you want to be able to have it set up right. So we're throwing that in as well. There we go. Yeah. Um, our uh, our fifth offer. So if you're thinking about doing it today, we're throwing in a higher tier. So during this launch period, your account gets bumped up one level in terms of if you are interested in starter, then you will now have access to the core time frame. So if you're on core, you get the pro timeline and everything that comes in the core, the being able to bid on multiple projects per month. This gives you, just a better position and with when projects come in. And since uh, it looks like having some people pop it back in. Okay. Um, yeah. But these are only limited spots, per project. So being in the higher tiers is actually a bonus, the pretty big bonus because you'll be able to see the projects when they first come in and be able to take up one of those five slots before the lower tiers are even able to see the project because it goes away or it shows that it's closed once those five people are actually in there. So for our last bonus, this is going to be bigger in the future, but this actually you get a founding contractors badge, which is attached to your profile. So if you go back, if you remember on your profile, and when the client actually views your profile, it will show a founding contractor badge. But not only does it show that you're a founding contractor on here, you're going to have first access and first availability for any of the new systems that we have coming down. We have a whole marketing platform that we're going to be launching in the next month or so. We're going to have a whole video and audio and social media posts and stuff that we're going to have coming down. So this is actually kind of a big deal. It might not seem like it, but to be able to be a founding contractor, and like I said, we're going to be closing it at the end of March. Maybe extending it a little bit. It depends on how many slots per trade. Like electrical, plumber, roofer, general contractor, painter, drywaller, things like that we're getting access into. So let me lay it out clearly. If Buildsuite Core is $498 a month, for the full platform, proposal tools and the CRM all in one place. It's a huge value for the price. Plus, you get the upgrade of the pro access tier for the projects. So with all of the bonuses like the audits, the templates, the support setup, and the early access benefits. It really comes down to having everything in one place, plus that access to actual project opportunities. If it's useful, where you're at right now, then that's the decision. You just need to know if it's good, for you right now, because there's no pressure. So I'm also giving a 30-day builder guarantee. Um, so this is a 30-day guarantee that if you use the platform, if you go in there and it's not for you, then basically you can ask us for a full refund, no back and forth. It's just straightforward. We'll refund your money and we'll move on. We'll ask you, obviously, how your experience was and what we could have done better for you. But it might be that we weren't getting landscaping jobs if you're a landscaper and you didn't see the value in it with your CRM, or if you weren't using the funnels and weren't using the advertising. There's a lot of different areas, but that's what we're doing. We're giving the 30-day builder guarantee for you, so there's no risk to you today. Um, the just a reminder also is the window is basically closing, and once we get the trades filled in those areas, then we're not going to be allowing any other trades in that area, because if you have 50 electrical contractors, then nobody's going to get their jobs and people aren't going to be happy. So I've set it at a benchmark of being able to allow certain contractors to have that access, and being a founding contractor, you will have access to all that. So uh, you want to kind of get in before the trades fill up. I'm just sharing this, so you can see the big picture of what we're doing here. If you want to take a closer look, the link, this covers everything the founding contractors offer. It does cover everything that we've kind of went over in this Zoom call, this webinar, the offer page. So it's laid out pretty clearly. You get the six bonuses, you get the access, the early access, you get the tier upgrade, your your account setup, which is it's a huge value, and you can kind of also see your marketing audit and your opportunity, your contractor opportunity score as well. So I've got a few minutes left. It looks like to do some questioning and answering. I'll answer a few here. It looks like yeah. Let me. So yeah, is this like homeowner or Angie? No, this is definitely not like homeowner or Angie. Though that's a paying platform, and multiple contractors, and they send it out, and sometimes they've even send out projects that the homeowners already signed and stuff like that. So um, let's see, and then read another one. Um, uh, yeah, what if there aren't any projects in your trade? Yeah, that's a fair question, and it's going to take a little bit to kind of build up some that might be in certain trades, but we'll go after marketing for that in a little bit stronger area. Once that trade starts having a few more people in that area. So yeah, but also you got to remember that there's the 30-day guarantee if you want to get in there, and also using it to not just the project feeds that might be a great source for you to find those in your slow times, but also using it for the marketing that you might already be doing, and creating that scope of work and that proposal that's going to save you hours and hours and hours every week is extremely valuable. Um, can I start on starter and upgrade later? Yeah, you can do that. You will be a founding member coming in on starter, and you'll be updated to core already. But once that window closes, you won't be able to, if you got core to upgrade that, that wouldn't upgrade. You would stay at core later. So but keep in mind that the biggest thing with the tier upgrade is being able to access the projects in an earlier state. Um, so let's see here. Yeah, I'm busy right now. I don't really need this. That depends. if you're busy, that's great. I like to hear that the contractors are doing busy, but a lot of the contractors set this up while they're busy, so when they hit the slower periods later, that they can get out of that rat race, that thing, and look at their projects 3, 4, 5, 6 months down the road and make sure that they keep their crew and that they grow the way and the speed that they want to. If I'm not good at tech, yeah. That's exactly why I threw in the support, the setup, the support is included, because we want you to use the system. We want you to be active in it and see how it can benefit yours, because it's a system that, like, the more you use it, the better that you actually um, get with it learning your business. Like I said, there's when you hit chat and you're chatting with your own LLM Cairo, which I didn't go too much into. It will know your business the more you use this. It will streamline your questions, your answers, your forms that you upload, your documents, your the way that you want verbiage to come out. It will be able to speak like you and understand you, so you can even ask it to send emails from your to your CRM. It will, you can ask it to, and this is all on your mobile phone. This is all on your device. Can I cancel anytime? Yeah, it's month to month, man. There's no contract. There's none of this, sign up for a year and things like that. That's it, man. I've been a contractor. I am a contractor. I don't want to feel like you're locked into anything and that you made a wrong decision. You want to try it out for a month, get a 30-day guarantee, great. If it doesn't work after that, great. If it doesn't work after 6 months and you wanted to do something else, yeah, cancel that, and you could do that at any time. We don't like to see cancels, but because maybe we want to improve everything, and plus all the stuff that's coming down, you don't want to miss out on other opportunities that might be coming down. But if I know people retire and things like that, so yeah, straight month to month, that's good. So hopefully some of those clarify things a bit. I know that it's getting close to the time that we have allotted here. I appreciate everybody's time. But take a minute, go into the contractors link. Um, Hopefully this has been a eye opener of what your business could do and how you could use this in your business moving forward. Um, so yeah, if anybody else has any questions, that would be fine. Other than that, I think I'm all wrapped up with what I anybody else have any questions? Just you got to remember that the platform is closing on the 31st as far as the founding contractors. So those bonuses are pretty much going to go away. We'll probably keep a couple for a little bit, the audit and the CRM setup and things like that. But if you're interested, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the founding contractors list, and saving your spot for your trade. Um, let's move forward. Let's build something great, guys. Hopefully this has been informational to you, and you're ready to move on it. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, or you could even contact me through the Alliance for Contractors website as well. So if you see somebody saying here, yeah. So, all right, you guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming here and participating, and we look forward to having you as a founding contractor. Thanks, guys.